right, 2015 C7Z. I don't remember what this baselined. I apologize. We'll put it in the screen though. This thing is sick. Super nice spec. I love this color. It's got, you know, carbon seats. Like, this thing's sick. Either way, got our full stage 4 package with our bigger cam since it's manual. So our full cam package, Kong exported blower. It got a Innovators West 18% lower, 2.3 upper pulley, Nick Williams 103, 2-inch American Racing headers, our heat exchanger and expansion tank package, our full low side fuel system with a flex fuel sensor, our full meth kit, 5-inch the Rotofab Big Gulp deal, Monster LT1S triple clutch, and a Motion Raceworks catch can. Cam.
Beautiful. Is it the big one or small?
Yeah, the big LT cam. Typically use the big LT cam in manual cars.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so with these monster triples on the LT4s for the Corvettes, well, actually on the Camaros too, they give you this. It's going to be tough to say. If you come over this side, you can see. I should have showed you properly. They give you a slave spacer, which is probably a ½ inch, if not more, thick.
That little green.
But only on the Corvettes do you need to mill the bell housing, because it will not sit flush against the torque tube. As you can see, this, if you look at it from this angle, it kind of spaces it out to the point where it's sticking out a little bit past it. So what we need to do is, I mean, you don't need to do this with a mill, but that's just how I prefer to do it, because it comes out nice. But you know, you just got to groove out this one area. Just line it up with the torque tube. I usually mark my marks, and then I'll take a little bit out, which should fit perfect now. We'll get it on there.
Cool.
If not, if you were to just bolt it up, it definitely cause some kind of problem. definitely bend your remote bleeder. But as you can see, you see from this side where I'm at.
I'm gonna zoom in.
And it fits perfect. Are you able to see it?
Yeah, it's flush. Looks good.
You can, not only that it's flush, but it's not even coming close to the
rubbing it or. Yeah.
So just a heads up if you're doing one of these yourself on the drive, make sure you knock out that bell housing so she fits correctly. I already made a couple pulls on this thing, just because we're going to try and cut down on necessarily like so much repetitiveness in the videos. So I know you guys don't necessarily want to see 10 to 15 dyno pulls of the same thing, so we're going to try and cut that down a little bit. Made a couple pulls on pump gas already. It just made 851, 763, but I think the belt was slipping. So I mean, I know it was slipping basically up high. So I just had, we had another smaller belt here. We just put that on. So I'm gonna make a pull and see where it is, and then we'll report back, and then we're gonna put some E in this thing. So I don't even have outside film right now. I just got the screen filming, and you guys, I'm gonna make another pull on this. Hopefully this belt helped, which it should, because it was a little smaller. And I just want to make sure it's good on 93 and everything's straight, and then we're going to dump some E in this thing. So it's, and I know I say this a lot, if you like bring your car to someone who doesn't tune a lot of these things, they may not notice a lot of these little small things. I noticed the map sensor was kind of like jumping up and down, which to me, it's the belt slipping, because it's, you know, trying to grab it, slipping, and it's changing boost a little bit. And out there on the graph, you can barely notice it. You know, it drops a little bit, like a half a pound or whatever, and then, I don't know. We do these things so much with our same package that, like, that boost line and map sensor should be pretty much dead straight. It might have a little fluctuation, but shouldn't have much. And if it's just, you know, a normal person, you bring them your car, if you put these mods on or whatever the case may be, they may just think that's normal and just may shoot with it. So let's see what it picks up with a fresh, correct belt on here. The other one was tight, so I'm surprised it slipped, but this one's real tight. So obviously it's a little warmer now, so it didn't make as much power as it did on the cold pull, but boost is definitely better. Same thing? It doesn't look nearly as bad, no. It's just it made less power because it's hotter now. But I can play with that. All right, made a little fueling and a little timing change. Let's see what we got. .860. 768. I think something might be wrong with this bypass valve. Do I want to try changing that bypass valve? Good. Because it's fucking...
It made 850, then 820, then 860. Like, and look up top. See how it's like jumping around like that? Yeah, let's maybe try that. We're gonna be right back. Sometimes these things have an issue with the bypass valve. On all this LT4 stuff, we've had issues more so on the Camaros than the Corvettes. To where they just do like weird things with like the boost. And honestly, and then we like change it from like a different car and it's perfectly fine. And I don't think they're really that expensive. So we're gonna try that just because this thing's a little inconsistent, and belt's definitely good now because it's really tight. So we'll be right back. All right, let's see if the bypass valve change made this thing a little more consistent with boost. Seems better, I think. Oh yeah, much better. It made a fucking full pound more. Okay. 861. It made the peak power was the same because it was fluctuating up top, but mid-range was way better, and it made maybe more boost all the way through the center more, and it's just way more consistent. So 861, 776 torque on 19.8 pounds, which is good because last pull it actually even made the most after we did the belt. It was 18.6. Before we did the belt, it was like 17.6. So the belt helped some, and then the bypass valve helped even more. So I'm going to let this thing cool off, and then I'm gonna make a final pull on pump, and then we're gonna put some E in it. All right, I got Hunter out here now filming. This will be final pull on pump gas, and then we're gonna add some E to it. Okay, I think this thing just shut off when I was talking, but it shows the battery is like 75% and the card is empty. 875, 779, final pull on 93. We're gonna dump some E in this thing, and it obviously should easily break 800 on E. So, all right, threw some E in it. Got 46%. $889. This thing is still hot, obviously, because I had this thing cycling around, so. The torque is what I was hoping would go up. Yes, yeah, so 889, 801 torque. Everything else looks solid on this. Fuel pressure is awesome. Oil pressure is awesome. 47% E. I'm gonna dump a little bit more E in this thing. We'll be right back. Made exactly the same, but it was hot. I just dumped more E in it. Got 55% right now. It's good, so I'm gonna let this thing cool off and make a cold rip, and we should make easily over 900, so we'll be back for that. All right, next morning, fresh cold pull, just warmed everything up. Got the oil all warmed up, tires all warmed up. see what we can do. I was hoping it would make 925. I think it spit the wideband out of it, but made 921, 823, but I gotta go click on the screen. Okay. Yeah, 921, 826, 19.3 pounds on 55% E. This thing is gangsta, dude. He needs a tire on it. But that's sick. I think he made 875 on pump and meth, and then 920 on 55% E. Solid stage 4. This thing looks awesome. I love this color. Sick build. Going, I don't know where it's from, but this thing is nice. Layered. All right, taking this stage 4 C7 Z out for a drive. This thing is awesome. With the factory exhaust and stuff on this thing, it's closed right now. It's literally so quiet. Like, this is such a good cruiser. It makes 920 wheel. And you'd never guess that, you know, this thing was anything other than, you know, maybe a 700 horsepower Corvette with a cam in it. It's real quiet with the exhaust closed. You can go in here and change the exhaust, and it's like way louder. I don't know if the camera will pick it up as far as how drastic of a difference it is from closed to open, but it's very, very drastic. It's pretty quiet closed, and it's really loud open. But it's this is such a cool spec car. I mean, we do a ton of C7Zs, but this thing has like carbon dash, you know, sport seats or competition seats. The blue color is just sick, but got 22,000 miles on it. Local guy, he's from Jersey. He actually bought it from a guy that I know. I believe he's in Indiana. And I didn't realize that, like, we were doing it or whatever until the guy that, you know, I used to know that owned it sent me a message. It's like, hey, you're gonna do like a full build on my old car. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick. So I love the big cam, honestly. It just sounds so good. It chops so hard. Yeah, it just chops so hard. It just sounds, I don't know. It's one of those things that you hear this thing pulling up with the exhaust open and stuff like this, chopping like that. Like, yo, that thing's gangster. So it's, I don't know. It's one of those things. Some cars you can tell have a cam or something in it, and then you hear this thing chopping like that, and you're like, all right, that thing makes some horsepower. I mean, 920 with a stock blower on this thing is awesome. So if this guy wanted to upgrade to a stage 5, which really the only difference at this point now would be Magnuson 2650. Or a Pro Charger, but we've been doing Magnusons a lot lately over the Pro Chargers. But a Magnuson 2650 is really the only difference between a stage 4 and a stage 5. And then it should pretty much make 1,000 at that point. But once you get up there really much over 1,000 on the stock short block, not that it really starts getting like iffy, but the stock short block can, I really feel safe with them around 1,000. Can they handle more? Sure. Is it one of those things that, you know, if you're worried about like reliability type thing and you beat on it a ton, you know, I would say maybe not. Maybe put some rods and pistons in it or something, or put a motor or something. But so either way, I mean, this thing, like, depending on, if you don't want anything crazy power wise, I honestly feel our stage 4 is such a good setup. And you can even do a stage 5 with lower boost and keep the power, you know, around where this is, 925, 950. Cooling will be better on it. And then this thing made like 19 pounds. You could probably do it with a 2650 with maybe 15 pounds. So a little less boost. The cooling will be better because obviously it's a bigger blower. You're not spinning it as hard. So it's one of those things depending on what you want. But, you know, if you just stock ported blower is what's in your budget, then this is a stout setup. We've done hundreds of them and we've never had issues. It's got our expansion tank and heat exchanger, and so it's really all on how you drive these things. If you're going to be out literally just destroying this thing for hours or something, like back to back, like pretty much like you didn't pay for it, probably not the best thing to do. It might get hot, but I mean, it's set up in the tune to pull timing if it gets hot, and all that stuff. So it's just one of those things, you know. But either way, this is a great setup. A nice manual C7Z, well spec'd. You can't really beat it, honestly. But this customer is on his way to pick this thing up. Well, the clock in here is wrong, so let me change that. But he'll be here in about 2 hours. This thing is sick. That's all I got. Hope you guys like these other angles we're trying to get for you guys to make a cooler video. If you got some suggestions of what you would like us to do or try, or you'd like to see, or information you need, leave a comment. And that's it. We'll try and do it for you. We're open to suggestions. This thing's on its way home. Later.